A janitor rushed straight toward an airplane, mop in hand. He wanted to stop this plane with his body. Everyone thought he was crazy, but only I know the true purpose behind the old man's actions. My name is Victor, and 9 months ago I came to the United States just to fulfill my father's final wish. But the moment I landed, I was taken away by airport staff, and a supervisor explained what was happening. That my country had gone through a coup, the new government replaced the old one, and my passport, visa, and money were all invalid. Even worse, I was not allowed to enter the country and not allowed to leave. So the only thing I could do was stay trapped inside the terminal, and this was America. Yet I could not understand a single word of his English. Before I fully figured it out, I was sent back to the waiting hall, where I saw a television playing news about my country that I could not understand at all. I stood there shouting for help, hoping someone would tell me what it meant, but everyone was busy with their own lives, and no one stopped for a helpless stranger. No one noticed the tears already falling from my face until I reached the VIP lounge entrance and finally learned the truth. My country no longer existed. And until the problem was solved, I had to stay in the airport. At night, I found a terminal still under construction and pushed a few chairs together to sleep. The next morning, I washed up in the restroom and ate free crackers with ketchup just to fill my stomach. But I knew I could not live like that forever. So I stood outside a restaurant watching leftover food and fighting with myself. And just as I gathered the courage, a woman stopped in front of me to return a luggage cart, because returning, it meant getting a few coins back. And in that moment, something clicked. I started collecting carts no one returned. The first time I only got 3 coins, but it was enough for 1 hamburger. And eating foodie, earned by my own effort, made me feel steady for the first time. I kept doing it, and the money slowly added up until even a deluxe meal was no longer a dream. To survive and adapt, I taught myself English by buying 2 identical books, one in my native language and one in English, comparing them word by word, until one day I could finally read the news subtitles, and then the supervisor realized I was still in the airport. He was surprised because someone like me should have escaped long ago. He secretly urged me to sneak out during a guard shift change, since me staying there was bad for his job. But I knew if I got caught, I would become an illegal immigrant, something I would never do, and my refusal completely angered him, because from that moment on, I could feel he had already started planning how to force me out.